welcome to the Coding Planet, and today we will learn how to take user input in a Java program using the buffered reader class. This is part 2 of the series of taking user inputs in Java. If you haven't checked out part 1, the link is in the description. Also, if you haven't subscribed to Coding Planet, go ahead and do that now. Hit the like button if you found this video really informative. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the Eclipse IDE for coding my example. I have already created the class, so let's get to the coding part. So the buffered reader in Java is a classical method to take input, and it was introduced back in JDK 1.0. So reading data from a buffered reader is a bit complex, and hence in most of the programs and most of the programmers generally use or read user input from using the scanner class. I have made a detailed video of the scanner class, and if you haven't checked that, please do. The link is in the description. Okay, so moving on, let's declare an object of the buffered reader. Now this buffered reader class is present in the package java.io, java.input-output, and I have imported the package to get rid of this error. Now the buffered reader reads the data from a character input stream. It requires an object of a character input stream. So it reads the data from character input stream. So we need to define a character input stream. So let's define input stream reader is. Now this input stream reader is going to accept our input from the keyboard. So let's mention that system.in. System.in is a keyboard, and pass the object of the input stream reader in the buffered reader. Also, this input stream reader is present in the package java.io. So let's import that to get rid of this error. So let us understand what is actually happening here. So whenever a data is entered from a source, the source is our keyboard here. So the data is in the form of bytes, and these bytes need to be converted into characters, and this is done by the input stream reader. The input stream reader takes input from the keyboard, it reads the bytes and decodes them into the characters, and this character stream is then passed to the buffered reader. I hope it's clear. So let's get further to accepting the user input. Let's prompt the user to enter their name. So as we saw in the scanner class, there are next int methods, next float to accept various type of integers and float values. In buffered reader, we have a method called as readLine. So since we are accepting a name, we will write string name in our variable and use our buffered reader object and the readLine function. So this readLine function returns us a string of values. Also, you need to add a throws declaration as it might throw an input output exception. You have to handle this exception. So this is done. Let's print our output. Let's save the program and let's run this. So it's asking me to print my name. I'm going to print it Coding Planet, and you can see the name is Coding Planet. But what if I want to accept an integer value. So here's when it gets a little bit tricky. So let us assume I'm going to ask the user to please enter a number, and let's get rid of this line. Let's get rid of this too. Okay, so since we are accepting a number, we will do br dot read line. But this read line method, if you see, it returns us a string, and we are accepting it in an integer variable. So we need to typecast this value of string into an integer value. For that, we will use the parsent method. The parsent The parsent method converts the string value into the integer value. Also, this parsent method is a static method, hence we need to use the class name with it. So integer.parsent, and we are good to go. Let's print our number. Let's save the program and run it. So it's asking me to enter a number. I'm going to enter 23, and you can see the number here is 23. So what does this integer.parsent do? Integer.parsent converts the string value that we get from br.readline into the required integer value, and this is also called as typecasting. Now typecasting is one of the disadvantages of buffered reader class because it makes the code lengthy. Also, wrapping code is hard to remember. As we all saw, that reading a data from a buffered reader is not straightforward and is a bit complex. First, you have to define the input stream reader object, then pass this object to the buffered reader, then use the readline method, and if the value is other than string, you need to do the typecasting. All this just to accept a user input. Well, this becomes complex and it's one of the disadvantage. So what are the advantages of buffered reader? Buffered reader class increases the efficiency of the program. Your applications run faster due to buffering and efficient reading done by the buffered class. So this was all for the buffered reader. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the Coding Planet for more such informative videos ahead. Bye for now.